Everybody. This is live from the main stage, the main stage podcast. And I'm Israel. I'm the host again tonight, and we're with Garrett.
Hi.
Garrett, talk about who's our special guest tonight.
Our special guest is one of my favorite improvisers who's new on the scene but is hilarious on stage. Her name is Megan Cavanaugh. So please welcome to the show, Megan.
Hello. Thank you
Insert
very
round
much.
of applause here. All right, well, welcome, Megan. This is fun. We actually did Megan as the guest of the first long-lost episode of the podcast from Facebook. So,
But they rendered it not suitable for Facebook.
yeah, you
so
would not believe the stuff
so
Megan said.
watch
Crazy.
before this is banned on YouTube as well.
I do plan on being PG this go around.
Boo.
Oh, well, I'm leaving
all right.
that.
So we've got some fun stuff planned, a couple different things. Garrett, just pull that mic a little closer to you so make sure we hear all your sultry words of wisdom tonight.
Absolutely.
Garrett, before we get to know Megan, what should we know about Megan?
Megan Cavanaugh is an enigma, buried in a riddle. She is somebody that I met only about maybe a year and a half ago through my improv classes, but she had actually come to one of our improv shows called Comedy Gladiators as an audience member because she knew Brandon Black, who was in the show, and he advertised on his Facebook. So she came, she was in the audience, and then about 4 or 5 months later, she joined my improv. And then what happened was...
Don't tell too much of her story.
Well, what happened was this past year, she not only was an improv gladiator, but her team won. So it shows you how she just skyrocketed and
knew how to load an audience with family members. No, I'm kidding.
Well, yeah, Israel was on the losing squad, so he's kind of got a resentment.
All right, before we get to know Megan, first of all, Megan, are you a Bears fan?
Yes.
Okay.
Born and raised.
All right. Well, good to know because we're in exciting Bears territory right now. Unfortunately, Notre Dame is no longer talking about this year, but we're
True.
coming on the last regular season. Do you watch the games?
I don't.
Okay.
I'm a bit of a bandwagoner.
All right. Well, get ready. The bandwagon's coming. The playoffs start in a couple weeks.
And I look really good in blue and orange. So
All right. Well, that's
how could I not?
That's what matters. Yeah. Well, good. Well, now that we got that out of the way, where'd you grow up, Megan?
Yes. Not far from the area, Homer Glen, and I live just now in the town over in Lockport. And so I'd been to Tinley a million times for other things, but then to find Main Stage just kind of tucked away was really awesome. And as Garrett mentioned, I learned through Facebook that a long-lost friend of mine from high school, Brandon, was in Main Stage and was just like, this seems cool, I'd like to check it out. And it was something I kind of did on my own that only I had interest in and was like, all right, cool. And that's sort of how it worked out that I got into it.
Can I do a follow-up? Because
Yeah.
I'm just curious because she went to the show, but how did you hear about the classes and why did you say, I'm going to pull the trigger on this? Because I never asked her that. I have no idea.
That's a great question. I think, because after the first show, I kind of snuck out right after.
Oh,
I was
wow.
even nervous to be there from the start. Like, I don't know, even in the audience as a person to participate.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I don't think at that time, funny enough, I was not eager to give recommendations for scenes. I've done a
Whoa.
180 there.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
My God.
Isn't it funny though, Garrett, how many people, not to interrupt, but have a very similar story of the difficulty of taking that first step, right?
Yeah, I agree. It's
I mean,
kind
I was in
of
the
the
same
song
boat.
remains the same as Led Zeppelin likes to say. But I'm really shocked because one thing Megan always had in the fundamentals class was she was super solid. Like I could always put her in scenes, rely on her. She could do physicality. She's funny. Her delivery is funny. The way she'll say a punch word. But then when we went to the latter part of the advance this year in January, she just skyrocketed. And it's like, I'm bracing for impact because now it's January in a couple days here. And I'm sure you're going to skyrocket again. Like, so it'll be leaps and leaps.
Another growth spurt.
Yeah, another growth spurt. We'll mark her on the wall there. And
Yeah.
You know, from star to superstar.
But to answer your question, you had recruited at that show, as you do for all shows.
Yeah.
For everywhere he goes.
if P.T. Barnum and Stanley had a love child, this is the guy.
Yeah, and you had mentioned the fundamentals class, and then I kind of wavered over it for a while, and then just pulled the trigger and decided to go. And it was a small but mighty class of 5 students, and yeah, I really enjoy working with just about everyone in that class still.
Yeah.
Because of the retention, and I just really love that. And being introduced to such wonderful people has it helped solidify my interest in improv and main stage more specifically. Was that the people were really nice to be around and supportive in the scenes. You were never alone on the stage.
Right.
You were never on your own, and I just it's a team effort, and I really like that.
Talk a little bit about your background. What were you activities were you into in school and then college, and what do you do professionally?
Yeah, definitely. So back in the day, I was all about sports. So basketball, swimming, water polo.
Not so much football.
So not so much football.
But water polo, I mean, that's pretty intense.
Yeah.
Right? You're above the water, the
Yeah,
floor of the
like
water.
soccer in the water with your hands is
Yeah,
how I
yeah.
explain it. But
Wow.
yeah, so I never I always secretly thought I had a little bit of theater kid in me, but I was always playing sports, so I never got that opportunity. And then when I did get to college, I was more in social groups, so I did service. I was in a sorority for a short time. I did this group called College Mentors for Kids, working with little kids just because I enjoyed that. And so then again, still didn't really get into any of that on stage type stuff. I did take a Theater 101 course, but it was not performing. It was theater appreciation. So I got to go watch people perform and write papers about it.
Oh, wow.
But I myself wasn't doing anything. I thought it was, and I was like, cool, this is my opportunity. And then, no. And then...
or your reviews, hated it. 2 thumbs up. I mean, did you let them
Do you remember any of the shows you saw or that you had to review?
Cabaret, I suppose. And that's the only one that comes to mind. But I enjoyed all of them and thought, oh my gosh, how are they up there doing this? Anytime you see someone on a stage, that is that initial feeling, and I totally felt that way with improv. And it's so funny now hearing my friends and family say, I don't know how you do it. And it's it's sort of meta because I've been there.
Yeah.
And speaking of friends and family, what do they think? What did they always be like? Oh, Megan always was kind of the showy one, or were they like, oh my god, I could never do that? How's their reaction?
No, yeah, it wasn't on brand for me, but it wasn't so off kilter. I have had friends say, oh, I could totally see that for you. And then I have this one uncle though who's like, I've never known. I was like, oh yeah, I'm into improv, and he's like, what do you mean? On stage, and I explained what it was. He's like, I've never known you to be funny.
Oh.
And so then I laughed. I laughed at that, of course.
I was gonna say,
And then-
do people think? I think you've always been funny, but do people around you think you're funny?
I guess
Not
it depends.
family. 'Cause family's
Not
a little
family.
bit-
See, not
yeah.
family. Not
You think
people who've
family
known
doesn't
me my
count?
whole life.
Well, here's the thing.
In a way, I
I
could-
think because it could be an echo chamber. I've had many people come and say, I'm not the funny one in your family. And then you discover their family's not funny. They're the funny one.
They're
How
the
about
funny
when
one.
they say somebody's the funniest, and you're like, oh, you're not very funny at all.
Yeah, I know.
I think family is meant for humbling in a lot of ways,
Yeah,
and my
yeah.
family humbles me when it comes to my
Yeah.
Sure,
like
yeah.
humor
I know.
and such.
Did anybody have one of these parents who was like, "You're the best"?
You're the-
thing
no,
since-"
no.
I mean, I remember they had this.
You're not getting on stage for improv. You're looking for a little something.
Boy. Looking for
Somebody
love.
love me.
Looking for love in all the wrong places.
Love and affection. Oh gosh. I forgot where I was.
Oh, so, does your family think you're funny?
Oh, generally speaking, yes. However,
Yeah.
they support me is I think the most important thing. Whether or not they get all the jokes or it all works out is another story because it's all very subjective when you're up there and on the spot. But no, honestly, I think that improv is so much more about making yourself and your friends on stage laugh or
right.
when I'm jiving with someone like a teammate, I don't know, it goes so much better than if I'm focused on the audience.
Right.
Yeah.
Or
We've had other people like Heather Slack mentioned that too. Is she's not worried about the audience, as long as you focus
That's
with
good.
your partner you do on the stage or your partners, and you feed that, it seems everything else works out, right? If you have fun up there, the audience has fun.
It almost throws you off sometimes when there's a really big reaction because you're like in the scene, you're like, oh, hey,
Yeah,
everybody thought this was
here.
funny.
Yeah. Exactly. But
I want to know what a big reaction looks like.
A lot of
Stick with me.
groans. That counts too, Garrett.
So, Israel, I know your other question was, what do I do for a living?
Yeah.
So, I'm an academic advisor at Joliet Junior College, or JJC for short, if you're from the area, which I assume everybody is, but every so often people are like, what is that?
Sure.
So, yeah.
Interesting. And how do you feel like improv has helped you in your career since you started doing it?
That's a great question.
Or has it?
I would say that it inadvertently has, because it's not that wasn't the motivation for my going. But in my day-to-day, whether it be at work or in my social life, the yes and mentality is applicable wherever you go. And when you get stuck or someone says something that's like not problematic, but like you have to work with it, there's a conflict, you have to be like, yes, I hear you, and here's what I'm thinking. And so in the form of doing that with students, it's maybe like they don't agree on how many classes they should be taking based on their work and life schedule, but I'm like, hey, I really have some experience in this area, and I really think that this might make the most sense. And so the yes and allows me to like validate what they're saying, but also give them that key piece of information that I want them to have. And then whether they want to act on it is their decision. But it's really great to have that perspective.
Do you think you use humor in your work?
After improv started, I did notice I started to tell more jokes in my one-on-one sessions with students. So then when they would laugh, I would just like you're kind of chasing the laugh. Yeah. And I did start doing that at work. And I don't do it too much.
She told me she brought in a bicycle horn to go.
Yeah, so I have props now.
And a laugh track.
You have a cycle.
But yes, I would say I kind of bake them in, especially with students who maybe need to get a little more comfortable or are timid for whatever reason. They're stressed out that semester, their first semester back in school after time away or what have you. So it definitely helps like lighten the mood. And I do appreciate that I have that little bit of a skill set. I don't pull it out. It kind of just, it happens a little more naturally in the same way I hope that it does on stage. Yeah. So it's not so forced. But
you don't say, give me an occupation.
Yeah, exactly. That would
be
funny. That would be funny.
Garrett, I'm curious because you're an engineer. How does improv play into your career?
Because just like Megan mentioned, humor sells, and if you can sell a point, a critical one to a client. I'm an engineer, so when I talk, a lot of times I talk in jargon. So I've learned to not talk in jargon. Say it in easily understood language, brass tacks. They just care about will it work and does it cost money. And then you have to be able to sell that idea to the people. And I'll be talking to, mayors of towns and other government officials, as well as a lot of non-engineers, right? But they're stakeholders because either they're building it or it's a contractor. You got to make sure the team is on the same page. Architects, structural engineers. I'm a geotech, which is soils and environmental. And so we had some project just down the road here in Orland Hills, and I remember there was some issues with the contractor, and I came in for a big staff meeting, and one of my experienced engineers, who's now retired, Dr. Tony Chen, I was with No Limit Laughs at the time, and he said, Garrett, you were like No Limit Laughs. I said, I was using humor just to sell points. Like, for example, they had some issue with some of the test piles, so they replaced them with a better pile at no cost to the client. And they were like, wait, what? Where were we getting here? I said, it's like you went to the car rental and you would rent out the Yugo and they're giving you an upgrade to a Cadillac free of charge, right? But I said it in a more fun way than that. She's silent. Not even the crickets chirp.
Like, wait, what? I don't know. Whatever he said, just give it to him.
Just do it. But the one thing is, if you've met engineers, people will tell me I'm not a typical engineer because I can talk to people. And, an extroverted engineer, they joke, looks at your shoes when they talk instead of their own, right?
Plot twist: Garrett's not an engineer.
Yeah, I'm an engineer out of loyalty, so be loyal to yourself. That's my message to you guys out there in camera world.
It's not bad advice. Yeah.
But with that said, I'm a Renaissance man. I'm a man of many talents. So I think communication, and as you mentioned, just having that humor, and we talked about it with Mike McCauley. When you can say something that has humor to it but makes a point, it reduces the sting of news that people don't want to hear necessarily.
Sure.
But for Megan's point, it just makes a connection, right?
Yeah.
If you can make me laugh, I'm like, not so bad. And if you can laugh at yourself, you're like, this guy's all right. You know?
Jamie had a couple questions. So, Megan, he wanted to know what was the most surprising thing you've found doing improv, and also said you're fearless on stage, and wondered if that came from the sports maybe, and then said that you use a switchblade. So.
Great questions and comments. So that first
The
one
most
was
surprising thing you found in improv.
surprising thing I found in improv, the friendships. I didn't go into it for that reason. I'm trying to think like the main reason I did go into it. I think it was kind of an itch that needed to be scratched, or like this, I felt kind of courageous doing it, and I think I needed to show up for myself at a time that things weren't so great, and that was a small opportunity to do that. And then it became so much more of, it was just this huge blessing in disguise that I was like, oh my God, I had no idea that I was sort of jumping in the deep end or stepping into something that would be so important to be in the coming year or 2 years now. Not quite 2 years, I'm rounding up, but it feels like it's been a long time.
It's been intensive for Megan. Yeah.
But I would answer to that, the friendships. I love it. And hanging out with everybody around shows, around rehearsals, and meeting everybody's, whether it be significant others or their friends or their families. And it's just a real sense of community.
I would agree. The connections and the sense of community was a real surprise to me. Because I think you can very easily have a situation like this where people are backbiting and getting jealousy or things like that. Yeah. And it's such a good, that goes to your credit, Garrett.
I appreciate it.
You breed a encouraging and atmosphere for people to learn too.
Well, I always say, like, I want a team. I don't want a group of people. I want a team, and teams care about each other. So I bake in certain things so that during classes and that people get to know each other a little bit better, and hopefully it's comfortable enough that once people get to know you better, you share more. And what I noticed with all my classes, people start meeting outside of class. I encourage that to do not improv stuff. And I will say this, not all improv troupes are like that. I mean, I did Second City, and if you're not in the city, I would do stuff in the city. But if I was outside the city, those people aren't coming. And I think we have a castmate who performs in the city, and his city mates don't go to see him, and he's been in a lot of shows.
Yeah.
And my wife was like, don't make excuses for them, right? Because when you make excuses for others, you invite them never to change. And so if they cared enough, they would be there, right? And I know when I was at Second City, I was seeing one of my classmates in a coach ensemble show, and his coach, Winter Davis, pulled me and my mom aside. We were going to some late night show, and said, "Oh, you know what I appreciate about your son Garrett? He comes to his friends' shows." And I was like, "What a weird compliment!" Not like he's hysterical. He's great. Oh, he supports.
He's there. He's
there.
Shows up.
He's not getting on stage, but he's here.
Garrett, he shows up. What can I say?
So what I'm saying is, I don't want that, and so the culture is purposeful, right? If you're going to have bad seeds or people who are just and Second City is a different thing. You have a lot of people traveling from across the globe. This is their dream, and their dream is probably SNL or something like that. And so, and I guess that could be a little cutthroat, where it's all about you, right, and nobody else. People are an ends to a mean. But I've learned that you can do more with more people, right? So more people working together, you can do more as a team. And
Garrett, we have a couple times we went to see Second City's traveling troupe,
right.
and Megan was there.
Yeah.
And then this weekend, a couple of us that were free went
That
down
was
to
awesome.
the I.O.
Yeah.
from the Improv Olympic, which was really cool to see. And we had a lot of great conversations before and after, and really getting to see different troupes is something you encourage, and I think has been really cool. But why? What do you think comes of that? What seeing other groups?
It's funny. I think I put a text to the group too. As like, I could just have fun with all you guys doing anything. We could play Yahtzee, and I'd be like having a great time. So I think it's the people. Even like you brought your spouse, Heather brought her spouse, and people are like, wow, the spouses fit in. Of course, right? Like if it seems like magic, but everybody had a good time. It was so fun. Like both events, we went out to eat beforehand. I mean, Megan ordered these $23 dates that were like 4 dates, $23.
Bacon wrap dates, not
She's
multiple
no cheap
men.
date,
She's got expensive dates. Dates, I don't know. But
we had a good time. And I think what I liked more on is going to see No Limit Laughs or these. What is the benefit to students and people interested?
So there's so many benefits. One is kind of like that quarterback holding the clipboard back in the day. If you got drafted number 1, you weren't thrown out there. You were handed a clipboard and you watched for like 2 or 3 years. Then they put you in. Nowadays, if you're drafted number 1, you're in. Sorry for the sports analogy, but once in a while, if you don't do well, they bench you for a week or 2 so you can watch and the game slows down. At I.O., we were watching a game where somebody had established a fence and the other player walked right through it. And Heather Slack leaned in and said, he walked through the fence. And this is something that Rob Dolliver, who's part of No Limit Laughs and part of Main Stage, but he's so dialed into object work. And when you're at a practice with him, he'll call to task experienced improvisers to make sure that you don't make those mistakes, because object work can ground a scene. Yeah. But you learn, oh wow, I like what they did here, like in terms of some creative choices. And then you could also see like, ooh, oh, we sometimes do that. We can clean that up, right? So you can learn a lot by observing others, and the more you see, the more you know what is available to do or to present. Meaning, I don't know. There was a lot of music when we saw Moraine Valley, so I'd like to do more music. But we've done music at No Limit Laughs,
and that's one thing I took. For one, we saw games and we're like, oh, that'd be fun to try. But also seeing very skilled improvisers, and also seeing them and going, hey, we're pretty good.
Yeah,
we're right.
I mean, not to pat ourselves, but we can pat ourselves a little bit,
Israel's in love with himself. He's like, I got it. He even did this. He was front row. He's like, tag me in. Like it was tag team.
That's the great part about improv, is that anyone can do it.
Yeah.
Anyone can do it.
And that's not, obviously, there is some people, the skill-wise, you see different, I mean, like you said, Rob or Madison or different. And
Corey.
Yourself, it's like, for us as newer students to get on stage, with people like that, only brings us up,
Right. And what's funny is I've seen the traveling Second City at Moraine many times, and many times from that front row. This show was different than one we went to because it was rated R. They actually had swear words and more adult themes and so on and so forth, and they had a lot of music. But there was one time, and it was a fresh show. I really enjoyed it. I've seen shows where they've run the same show effectively, same bits, but with different castmates, and so it can get tired, right? Like, oh, I've seen this, and I have a steel trap of a memory. I do. I've seen this bit, but one time there was a guy on the stage of Traveling Second City, and I was front row, and I'm like, he was totally nervous, and then they had to the teammates had to kind of like bring him up and get him out, but I can totally see he was nervous. And so when you see that on the stage, you're like, oh, the Traveling Second City. Remember, that could be that person's first time on stage.
I've had to do that with Gil a number of times. He's talking crap on here, so Gil, I mean, I've carried him so many times.
I remember that one time he had the Halloween show. He was back there with his
crying, right?
He was like, hamana, 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 and then you're like, snap
so
out of
get
it.
out of it. I had to smack him.
I know at
about
halftime he was
Throw
going
wire
Mo
in
Larry
his face.
cheese.
Oh,
I
I had to drag him back in. He was trying to leave.
we love you, Gil.
All right. Enough about getting to know Megan. No. Garrett, you had a little game you wanted to do?
Yeah, I do, but I do want to
Okay.
ask both of you guys this question. So you guys kind of did something new for the first time. Maybe we'll call it your virgin experience. You guys did bar prov. So you improved at a bar. The Irish. What the hell?
I know what you're about.
Okay. We're gonna go. That's why you were banned on Facebook earlier. No, they did bar prov for the first time, which was just improv at a bar. And typically, you have to deal with the ambient noise. You have to deal with just microphones. And you guys killed it. We had a 2-hour. It was an hour and 45-minute set, effectively, at the Irish Patriot in Orland Park. Shout out to Crystal. She was an excellent person working the sound system. But what did you guys think of that experience overall? I just want to know what you guys thought now that I got both of you here.
Go ahead, Megan.
Absolutely. So bar prov, I just had no idea what to expect, so I went into it very open-minded. It was interesting with all the kind of noise in the background and people who were there, not necessarily, they were just patrons of the bar, but not there to see us, but we did kind of get them, roped them in to participate. You heard them shouting from the back, so that was cool. It was a lot like quicker paced, I would say, as compared to a regular set show on a stage. And you have to improvise even almost more because of just what you're trying to say, what people can hear, and you're shouting, and you're in the microphone, and you're working in close quarters, and so it's very chaotic but very fun and very funny. And I do feel as though the crowd had a good time and I had a good time. So I think when I have a good time, I hope that translated to the crowd.
I think it did, and I also thought we put on jerseys, main stage improv Notre Dame jerseys, after halftime, and I thought our second half we crushed it. Megan was in every scene in the second half, so maybe that was the secret sauce.
That was the wild part. I had no time to breathe or think, and I think that helped in a way, because when I have time to think, I'm like, oh, I should have done that, or I would have chose this instead, and then, but because you don't have that time, it's just kind of like improv boot camp in a way, or so.
I would say there's definitely struggle there. It was really hard to hear any reaction from the crowd, so you don't get, feedback a lot of times. And then the noise, was definitely a challenge. It's hard to get into the mics, as much as you need to sometimes to get it across. But I really liked, and I've said that I like the small group. Having was it 6 of us? Five of us.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's like I felt like everybody was on, and it was a nice small group. It was just a different feel. The space was very tight. That's the one thing. But what's neat to see, we just kind of figured it out as it went. I think it ended up being a good time. We had a lot of main stagers come out, which was fun.
I know there was a lot of people in that room, and like you said, then also some people were just there for food and they stayed, and then and heard us play sex with me. We were right like in their ears, so it was fun. But to Israel's point, there is a lot of challenges when you do a bar. I did the sound growler once, and my mom left after like 20 minutes saying, "I love you, Garrett, but we can't hear you at all." And Sean Conroy, one of my No Limit Laughs mates, who was the assistant director, he told me a long time ago, he's like, when you're doing bar prov, sometimes you're performing for yourselves. But that's why it's important. I made sure I talked with the manager about having X amount of mics, in this case 3, to give us an idea of what games we could play. Because if you have a bigger stage that has better audio and better lighting, it opens up your improv playbook on what you guys can do. Because you can be the funniest comedian, you can be the best singer, the world's greatest orator, but like if people can't hear you, they won't laugh, they won't be moved if you're a speaker or whatnot, right, or a singer. So the most important person in any venue is the sound guy or girl. I'm not being sexist here, so that's my 2 cents. But I thought both of you guys crushed it. both you guys were on, and you look good in your jerseys. I was like, these guys are representing.
Yeah, it was a fun, different experience for sure.
Yeah. Okay, guys, we are going to do a game, and I think I'm going to ask Megan to switch spots with me for this game.
Okay.
If that's allowed
Sure.
by our moderator here. So I'm going to explain. Oh, yeah, switch the water. Good point. We don't want to have this, like...
An outbreak.
Yeah. She poisoned my water. No. Okay. So it's musical cheers without the music. So we're switching cheers, but this is a game I'm going to give you each a marker, a giant marker, and it's a game called WWGS.
Okay.
What would Garrett say? There's gonna be a winner here. Okay, so here you each are gonna get a pad, but there's a little kind of condom that you put on underneath the paper to write. So there's gonna be 7 questions.
Garrett's practicing safe sketch.
Safe sketch. Nice. So you put that. Do your first, and no peeking at each other. What each other's answers are.
Okay.
And this is gonna test which one of you knows Garrett more. Who knows Garrett more? And you guys can play at home, but you're not going to be. We can maybe see host if somebody, but no
I'm just
helping.
writing Notre Dame for every answer.
Damn, he's got all 7. He's got all. Okay, so we are going to go. We'll go with the first question here. So, what would Garrett say? What would Garrett say? Question number 1. Garrett's favorite music decade is blank. Garrett's favorite music decade is blank.
Okay.
Meaning the music from that decade. Is it the 90s? The 80s? The 2020s? Nobody likes music from the 2020s. Okay. Well, then now we're going to turn the page, as Bob Seger would say, and now we're going to go to the second.
You gotta move your condom.
Second one, yeah, you move your condom. Practice.
We can reuse these. Is that all right?
Practice safe
They're reusable.
Well, it depends on how dirty it gets. So, okay. Garrett owns blank, and that's a number of cats. Garrett owns blank, a number of cats. And you can play home at the studio audience. And turn your page, and you are done. Okay. This is here's a spicy question.
How many times? Okay, never mind.
Paprika is a root from, no, I'm kidding. Garrett prefers women with blank hair. Garrett prefers women with blank hair. Oh, and I should say, right big enough so that we can just show up the but you get the drift. Oh,
Everybody knows you like bald women, Garrett.
Yeah, the answer was no hair.
None.
Okay, this is gonna be tough. Number 4, question number 4, WWGS. What would Garrett say? Blank could be banned, and Garrett wouldn't care. Blank could be banned, and Garrett wouldn't care. Blank could be banned,
Oh, I see.
and Garrett wouldn't care. Well, I would like to say it wouldn't affect my life too. I'll even say that, but like I wouldn't care. You guys ready? Condoms in place. Question number 5. WWGS, what would Garrett say? Garrett's favorite improv rule is blank. It can be more than one word here. Garrett's favorite improv rule is blank. Ooh, Megan in deep, pensive thought here, and Israel writing away, scribbling away, turning the page.
Garrett's number 1.
Not number favorite improv rule. So I guess that could be nebulous.
Oh.
Megan had an epiphany, and she probably got the right one by. Ooh. Lock those answers in at home, ladies
Oh
and
yeah,
gentlemen.
we should do an at-home game.
I
too.
said, but I didn't want Israel to cheat. Like, Gil, give me the phone a friend here. Okay, so number 6. We're in the home stretch here. Garrett's favorite color is blank. Garrett's favorite color is blank. Number 6. And you did switch the drink.
Oh
here.
shit.
Well, you can go back and replace it.
No, I should stick with my gut.
Okay, okay, it's locked in. Are you locked in?
I'm locked.
Okay, he's locked in. Hopefully not loaded. The last question, the final question, is not really WWGS, but it's WWGWS. What would Garrett's wife say? Garrett's best physical feature is, and it has to be one that you can see on the street, because otherwise it's a different answer. Garrett's best physical feature is blank. Blank.
It's not. See on the street.
Just go with your gut. Go with your gut. And you could also remember, like, is what Mandy would say, too.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm like, it's not what everyone thinks it is.
What does everybody think it is?
Yeah.
It's not the one we all talk about.
His finger,
Mandy's more of a chin man.
his fingernails. I don't know. You know, at Notre Dame, well, I don't want to bias the jury here. And you guys can play at home what my best physical feature is. Okay.
Oh, the answers are ripping into that one.
Oh my God. Okay.
I'm not sure.
Gil said his nostrils. Actually, he says his left nostril. I don't know. Either way. Okay. Thanks for the compliment, Gil. I know I do have a deviated septum. That's why the right one. No, I'm kidding. Okay, we are going to reveal our answers by just pulling the pages up and showing, and then we'll discuss. So, okay, what would Garrett say? Garrett's favorite music decade is. Show your answers.
1960s.
Oh, the 80s.
Oh no, 1960.
Oh!
The oldies? 60s
I do like the
oldies?
oldies.
I enjoy that as well.
Okay, well, so we're gonna. For those
One
of you
for
guys,
Israel.
yeah, I'm going to put it right down here. Israel, I got to do a scorecard. That's the one thing I forgot to do. Oh, wow. Whoa, okay, let's go back then. Set number 2. Garrett owns blank number of cats. 1,960 cats.
3.
3.
He had 2 at the top.
That's question 2.
Oh.
5.
20, he said 20.
What?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh.
Wow.
5 cats.
Yeah. Okay. I got to.
We need a whole other podcast to talk about that.
Garrett prefers women with blank hair. And let's go.
Better be blonde.
Long.
Long.
Wait. Come on, blonde.
Here's why. Like, if somebody is blonde and they have a butch cut, so like, yeah, my wife has blonde hair and it's long, but it looks good. So like, it could be raven hair, it could be brunette, it could be red, but longer.
All right. Going to technicality here.
Women tell me longer is better, and I tell them longer is better. So okay. So let's go
As
to
they're walking away.
talking about hair.
Longer. Hello.
Okay, so let's. Hello, where'd you go? I'm always at the Kmart aisle when they had a Kmart. Okay, blank could be banned, and Garrett wouldn't care. Blank could be banned.
E-bikes.
Oh!
Ponytails.
Alcohol.
Oh!
Seriously,
Well,
wouldn't
that's the range.
yeah. It's actually, I wouldn't. I wouldn't be wrong. He's not wrong about the e-bike.
Half
but-
a
What about
point.
if you
But-
weren't allowed in, like no ponytails allowed?
Yeah, well, I mean, and I wouldn't care.
You would
Yeah.
care.
I care about like that's kind of a discrimination.
Yeah.
I care about that. Like,
Protesting at City
Yeah.
Hall if they
Yeah,
tried
yeah.
to pass something like that.
okay.
Him
Yeah,
and Steven
okay.
Seagal.
Wow, but
Number
okay,
5.
number 5 so far is a dead heat. 1 Israel to 1 Megan. Okay, Garrett's favorite improv rule is
No question.
Never say no. / no questions. That's kind of what I meant.
audiences are dumb.
Oh.
Audiences are dumb.
That's true.
Maybe I should say improv saying, but
Yeah.
but it.
All right, how about if you had to vote between one of these?
Oh yeah, I like that. No questions.
Well,
never say no.
We might have to do a tiebreaker question.
How about we both included no in that answer? That's pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys are mind melding on the wrong answers. Okay. Ooh.
And the last one,
Garrett,
number
no,
6.
No.
six. Number 6.
6.
Garrett's favorite color is.
I think I might have messed this up.
Chris Reed knows. Purple.
Gold.
Oh, orange.
Go Irish.
Oh my
Go
God.
I
Irish.
say green.
Well-
yeah.
I need
Come on, do I know? I know it better than he knows himself.
Purple.
purple's my favorite color.
Purple.
Yeah. Oh my God. For all the marbles. Okay.
Oh,
Oh my God. This is. Remember, this is WWGWS. This one. What would Garrett's wife say? And that was, what is Garrett's?
I got
Or
this
Garrett's
one.
best physical feature is. Oh, I gotta find the thing here. Hold on.
His cats.
Okay, we're ready and go.
Ponytail.
Hold on.
Smile.
Hold on. Israel will say ponytail. That is wrong.
Wow.
Wrong. Israel.
I knew that, but yeah,
Right.
I wasn't gonna put it.
My
I knew
wife
it wasn't. She
wants
doesn't
me
like
to
it.
wear it down.
Well, yeah, that's right too.
Okay, so she doesn't like it. Well, thanks, Megan. But what my wife did say, and she texted me, she said, eyes
Oh,
or smile.
I didn't really.
Oh, my other one was eyes.
Wow.
Eyes or smile. So Megan beats Israel
Thank you, Mandy.
2-1. And
Oh,
the favorite has
ridiculous.
fallen.
yeah, I guess
Ridiculous.
I guess I have to reevaluate.
I want a new test written by somebody that knows Garrett better than he does.
He put Notre Dame on every question. How many classes did he have? Notre Dame. Okay, well here, do you want to switch back, Megan? We'll give you the middle
Oh,
seat.
yes,
How
sure.
funny.
I'll take my water. But congrats, Megan, on an awesome
Thank you.
total domination of
See,
Israel.
even Judy Pashansky
Wow.
said ponytail, hair.
I'll come this way.
Well, I get that, and Mandy likes the hair, but like she said, I said Beth. That's her. Oh yeah, okay. Thank you guys, and I'll take the
All right.
markers back. That was a fun game.
That was fun.
That's fun.
Thank you for that.
Yeah, yeah.
I was nervous it was going to be about like improv principles,
No.
and I was going to miss things.
What is the name of the game where you...
Exactly.
Can you do? Yeah, just we want you to host this game off the top of your head. Do run. Go ahead.
That would be cruel.
That would be cruel.
I'm walking out.
Jamie's very impressed that you got 2 right and I
I-
did not.
Yeah.
So-
Well, did anybody
you,
at
Jamie.
home get any more than Megan or Israel?
I bet Heather would have. Maybe.
Heather would have got the
Yeah.
alcohol.
Or Mary, yeah.
She
The
would've got that
alcohol one?
Yeah, because she met. I said I could. I think I text her. Yeah, I could live without it, and it wouldn't bother me. And I'm like, that'd be a good question. So she would have got that one. That would have been the one she would get. I don't know. I can't remember what the other ones are. She might get the other ones.
Okay. Well, all right. Well, next up, Chris got 3. Gil said that. I don't know if that's right, unless you guys are hanging out together.
They
Gil
might
got
get-
3.
Oh, Bernie got 100%. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
All right, next up we have, these are just some fun get-to-know-you questions, Megan, and they're both Garrett and I have. So have you ever been in a live studio audience? For like a game show or
No. Live
No?
studio audience. No, I have not.
Okay. Garrett, how about you? You ever been?
I have a few times, but I will tell you a time. The first time, right? You always remember your first. I was at Fox News. Well, not the news they have now. It's WFLD. It was like the new 9:30 with Bruce Wolf and Dan Dobrowolski, the weatherman. So it was the local affiliate. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
But they had a show after the news at 9 called the New 9:30. And when I was at Marist High School, one of my friends got people who were on the newspaper to go up to the studio on a Friday, and we did. And Bruce Wolf, who used to do this radio show with Steve Dahl and Gary Meyer, he was hysterical, and he would do it with Kevin Matthews and or Jonathan Brandmeier.
Do you know any of those people, Megan?
She doesn't. That's
Okay.
okay.
All
It's
right.
way
I
past.
just blacked out. Yeah.
But yeah,
I do. I mean, I love those Chicago
but it
radio.
was so
anyway.
it was such a niche time like for Chicago radio.
Yeah.
But Bruce Wolf fought with the producer. They had two dudes on this New 9:30 show. One guy wrote a book, and the other was his like companion or something about Greta Garbo. So he thought it'd be funny to have 4 high school people in the audience go, "Hey, about ask this old guy questions about Greta Garbo," because we didn't know who she was, right? And then right before the segment or the show aired, Bruce Wolf was yelling with the producer. They pulled that. So like, guys, we'll just get you on camera. So I was in the studio audience. But if you remember the Co-Zone, Rich Coes,
Yeah.
he had a little cartoon. He hosted cartoons. The one wall was New 9:30. The other wall was Co-Zone. So it's the trick of the camera. We just move it this way. They use the same room. But it was kind of fun.
Yeah.
And
All right.
That's awesome.
I was on. I was in Jerry Springer.
were you really?
Were you really? I love Jerry Springer.
Sat in the very back row, top of it.
Spoiler alert: the kid was not Israel's. No.
That was Maury. This is more like that's not my baby mama.
So
kind
did
of
Right.
stuff.
Yeah.
I
But
don't
everybody
Yeah.
goes on Jerry. They want the strippers. Did you have the strippers?
There were no strippers
No.
involved. It was funny. Our pastor's son from Wisconsin was visiting, and we go, "Oh, let's do something." We walked into the NBC Tower, and we ended up in Jerry
That's-
Springer.
That's amazing.
Great.
So no shows though.
No live. Yeah.
Huh. Interesting.
All right.
Okay.
How about you ever been bit by a dog?
No, just like jumped on and like maybe nipped at.
Nothing
And
serious.
so I didn't grow up with pets, so animals overall were something that I had to like warm up to. And I would say only over the more recent like past 5 years that happened.
Why didn't any reason you didn't have pets?
I had a lot of siblings, and my dad
And they were put in cages.
They used up all the kitchen.
I'm gonna walk your brother. Okay.
My dad pretended to be allergic to everything. So it was like we couldn't get a dog because he was allergic.
That's a good
And then
ruse.
cat allergic and literally everything. He was
Pretty
allergic.
smart.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
So would you ever get one now?
Yeah, I think I would now. I've considered, for a long time I deliberated over a cat or a fish or even a tortoise. Tortoises would outlive me though, so then I'd have to will it to, I now have a nephew, so he would
What's
take
the
care.
average lifespan of a tortoise?
100 to 150 years.
Oh. Yeah, I saw Sister Jean the nun from Loyola. She gifted her tortoise to a 70-year-old nun.
But yeah. So-
Interesting.
I mean, those 3 have nothing in common. One's in a bowl, one's like furry and cuddly, and the other one is like Yoda.
There's vast responsibility levels there.
Yeah.
Difference, Go for the fish. I think the fish might be.
I would
the
go
winner.
with
Fish
a
could be a
cat.
winner.
Maybe 5.
Of course
cats.
you'd go with the cat.
Yeah,
You
of
have
course.
5 of them. Can I have one of yours?
No, because I love them. You see, Megan in Israel, who has a cat named Butters, who was meowing earlier. That wasn't just Israel doing a parlor trick with his lips closed. I am a cat whisperer. I'm a cat whisperer.
They like you?
Yeah, they like me. Yeah, I am.
That's great.
That
I
is
think
great.
yeah. Dogs like me because I have that anxious energy around them because I'm like, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? And then they like me and they're like, want to be my friend. So
I generally like dogs, but I don't need the ones jumping on my pants. There's like ones that come up, you open the door.
I already got one jumping out of my pants. You know what I mean?
Okay, we don't want to get banned from YouTube. But I have gotten bit by a dog on this hand, and I lost a lot of strength from it because I used to have to do all this.
sorry.
No,
That's why you're not strong in that arm.
the timing is suspicious.
So I used to work out in the field all the time, and you had to actually I'm a geotech engineer, and there's a drill rig, and you have these iron pipes that you'd have to like break. And so I remember having no strength. Literally, I have to wear gloves to do. It's probably much better now. But like I used
using
to
his teeth.
an iron grip. But it was some guy who was like 80 in my subdivision, and unfortunately, he was allowing some transient and low lives to stay with him. And I'm not like that is the nicest thing I could say. And he let the like 5-year-old girl try to hold a dog, and I was going to my car.
Wait, did you get money?
No, and you know what's funny is like, oh no, he's had his rabies shots, and then we called like Paws, and they're like, no, that dog doesn't have rabies shots. So you even lied to me then.
Oh my goodness, this is
it was-
sad story.
and
I
even-
don't like this question.
You got a question for Megan, Garrett?
Yeah, I do actually, because like every time you ask
Poor dog, poor Yeller had to get put down afterwards.
after
Those animals were hurt in the making of this film.
Hug your dogs tighter tonight, folks.
the dog wasn't destroyed. So with that said, I like every question you've asked Megan, she's like, no. And then he goes, and I have a long-winded answer. Megan, do you have any collections? Or did you collect anything as a child or adult?
I will say, as a young adult, I have collected over the years trinkets. What do I mean by trinkets?
Yeah.
Literally any small object you can think of. So, like, if I'm like tchotchkes, knickknacks from the store, tiny houses.
Oh, really?
So, like, when I visited Ireland a while back, I had a bunch of tiny Irish homes, and someone had gifted me Trulies from Italy. That's in part of Italy, and like just like tiny, small, tiny structures.
Wow.
I don't know.
What do you do with them? Do you have them on display?
Sometimes, right? No, I just kind of keep them in a box, and it's just like a box of trinkets. It's a weird thing. I don't know, but I like it.
Do you look for a certain type of thing when you're like on a trip and you want to get a trinket, or something just strikes you?
It strikes me.
So
I won't go out looking for them or antiquing or anything like that. They'll kind of come to me, or people will give things, but yeah.
So you mentioned Ireland, so a couple of the knickknacks I brought back from Ireland, and I had a couple extra that I bought. I was like unpacking, I'm like, what's in this? Oh, I forgot to take this out of an empty suitcase, and it was a part of the Blarney Stone.
Oh, cool. Well, that should be illegal.
Did you chip off the
Would
Barney
you?
Stone?
I don't think you're allowed to
Ding,
take
ding,
that.
ding, ding, ding.
No, he's
I think there's something to go home with.
Begorra! I'll take this though. I mean, I was kissing it all the way. I'm like, I could talk my way out of this if I get caught. And I just keep kissing.
Oh, I do have a different collection I'm thinking of. My hats. I have a fedora collection.
Oh, do you really?
I have a really
Do you
good
look
head
good in
for
red?
hats.
Do you? Oh, my
Not
wife
it-
does.
Yeah,
I
you
don't.
just any hat you
Yeah.
put on my head, it will look good. I promise.
So mostly
Let's
fedoras,
take her up on
or-
that challenge.
Mostly fedoras. Yes, my brother
I
bought
got
me
a
one.
sombrero.
He bought me one for Christmas one year, and that started it. And then I started kind of getting them as gifts and such. So now I have a hat wall at my apartment where I just kind of hang them up. And I haven't worn them in a while. You haven't seen me wear them.
Yeah.
But yes, I do enjoy a good hat and fedora.
We have fedora on my wall there. My father-in-law was a big fedora wearer. And last time we were in Puerto Rico, I got a really cool fedora that's patched like colors and it has a blue satin lining on the inside. It's like my favorite. It's like I wear it very rarely, but
You got to
it's a
keep
cool
them
one.
nice. They're
Yeah.
not something you.
Yeah, you should break out a fedora every now and then. You know?
I was going to say because I've never seen you in a hat, which is funny. Like my wife Mandy
Baseball
wears
hats.
all these hats. She wears all these hats, and they're really stylish. Like when on vacation, so I got one for her in Ireland. It was really good. And then we were in French Lick, and there was something way discounted, but still a little on the pricier side, but way discounted. I'm like, she would look awesome in it, and no lie, she did. The one thing is, I'm the anti-hat wearer
like hats.
because I don't mind baseball caps, but if I get like the fitted one, like I lose blood circulation like within 2 minutes, and then there's like a huge like thing around like my head. And my brother the same thing, like but I can't wear like the old like 1950s 60s. They wear the nice fedora like the Richard Daley or something, and it looks nice, and it doesn't. So
It is pretty cool looking at old pictures. I was watching It's a Wonderful Life, and
Oh.
You know, all
Yeah.
these guys in the time where you'd wear those raincoats and the hats, and I'm like, what a cool time. But
Yeah.
nobody's gonna. I mean, they were doing that going to baseball games and stuff.
And,
and
well,
getting
yeah,
that-
you can see the football games are in a suit.
Everybody's all
and-
dressed
yeah.
up. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember putting on my 3-piece tuxedo when Israel and I went to the Navy game this year. But oh wow, oh yeah, that's good. What about you, Israel? Did you collect anything?
You know, we have a big collection of Starbucks mugs.
What? Do you,
With the states on them.
With the states, like we started, we have them a couple from before we were married, and then like when our honeymoon to Hawaii, we got cups from there, and then have collected, and then had friends that have traveled
Yeah.
around the world and got them for us.
I didn't even know that was like a thing to collect.
It is,
Yeah.
yeah. And so I've got,
Huh.
I think we're up to at least 2 like totes full of them.
Wow.
Plus we have shelves.
A display, yeah.
Well, yeah, we have the ones we use, and I'll
Oh.
retire them as they get older. Like
Yeah.
it's our retirement fund one day.
Oh,
But it's probably over 100 by now.
wow.
It's pretty
I,
crazy.
you know, I mean, some of those places gear it like Hard Rock. My brother, he actually collects and then he sells online and barters, right, with people. Because if you go over, there's some like cool ones. That way, if I'm like vacationing, he'll like,
Yeah.
can you go into this Hard Rock? And usually I will to get them whatever like pins. There's a lot of collectible.
I used
pins.
to do Hard Rock shirts. So when you travel,
Oh yeah, I
Oh,
have a, I have a
you
few.
can
Yeah.
stop in for a city shirt.
Yeah, you always see some weird one like Dubai and like or
I
like
think I had Niagara Falls.
oh, that's a pretty good one. I collected comic books as a kid. Like I was more of a DC guy than a Marvel, but I had a buddy who liked Marvel, so I got some Marvel stuff too. And then, I mean, so I'm a superhero guy. I like that stuff. But yeah, but that's just one of I think my many collections of stuff. But like that was one of them. And you got a question?
Megan, do you like surprises or not?
First time I was surprised when I was younger was for my 13th birthday, and my mom surprised me at Grand Bear Lodge down by Starved Rock.
Yeah, yeah.
And what was hilarious about it, actually, well, I'm over answering your question, but I was supposed to be visiting my brother in the city.
Okay.
And then we headed south toward Starved Rock. But at that time, and sadly still today, I have a terrible sense of direction. So
Oh my God.
we're driving south, and there's corn, and I comment on the corn, and still it doesn't occur to me like, oh yeah, that's these are skyscrapers. What's going on? Are we not going to see Michael? And then we keep going south, and we stop at a gas station. I'm like, cool, pit stop, no problem. And I go inside, and my friend's there. I'm like, what are you doing here? And it just took me a while. It was a slow burn. And then other friends were there, and it was surprise. And then we all drove over to Grand Bear, and I said, so I'm not seeing Michael. And there was a small disappointment of, I had my bag packed for the city. And then, yeah, but so anyway, it was a wonderful surprise and a great memory. So I suppose I do like surprises when they're well executed. Yeah, which it was. So yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Well,
Yeah. And you want to surprise you?
surprises are when the unexpected happens, and sometimes your best days are when the unexpected happens, and sometimes your worst days are when the unexpected happens. It's a double-edged sword, and for me, I'm going to say it depends. Like she said,
Okay.
she was disappointed that she didn't get to see her brother. So I like surprises. My wife, a few years back, I was like slipping because my wife surprised me with a surprise party. And normally I'm like this, but I was running around so much that it was like my focus was off the ball. I could usually dope that out a mile away, and that was nice. It was a nice surprise party. But like my wife will also be the one to be like, Garrett, and I'm like, you know, it's midnight. Well, yeah, and then she's about to, you know, tell me something. I can hear it in her tone. She'd be like, it's not bad. And then that means dead giveaway. It's bad. So it's good because like timing is everything. Like midnight, that's the perfect time. So like some things like timing's everything, and when you hear about something, it could destroy your mood. So generally speaking, I'd say tilt more towards good things.
You ever? Has anybody ever thrown you a surprise party?
Yeah, two. So my wife did. She did one that I was totally surprised, and then, that was it. She's just the one. It was just the one. And she pulled off the trick. She's like, I need you to write me a check for something, or so one of my friends. I'm like, why? You know, and it was like because he got the band. It was like the Tossers.
Yeah.
They've been on some shows, but
I never had a surprise party. My
Okay.
mom, I remember, I think I was 12 or 13, was going to. She told me, she's like, I had been like gone on a trip. I had a teen like mission trip I did when I was a kid, and so anyway, it came back and she's like, well, we're gonna have a surprise party, but we're not now. I'm like, well, then why did you tell me?
Oh my
That was as close as I ever got.
surprise! She's like, surprise! God. I do want to ask. Well, there's like should be a quick one. How many pillows do you sleep with?
2.
Okay, I sleep with 3.
Where are your pillows? Under your head?
Actually, so technically, I only sleep on one, and the other one's just next to me. There's only 2 total pillows.
Do you like buffer your arm or your neck or
Nope, just the one. one pillow.
You lay like a mummy.
Yeah.
Sometimes I would put the pillows away, put my head on the thing, and put the pillows by that.
And you're 3 pillows?
I'm 3 pillows.
Yeah,
And
I
you
am
have
too.
all of them
I have
touching
a head
you.
pillow,
What?
a cuddle pillow,
Oh
and a
my
knee pillow. You got it
gosh.
between your legs.
That's so much going on.
No, but I have one that kind of floats around, and then depending on one's maybe not as fluffy, one is fluffier. So it kind of depends on what you need. I learned that from like my yoga instructor when we were doing stuff. She's like,
Yeah.
oh, you just
You
prop this
support
up.
yourself.
Yeah.
Anybody
like,
else surprised Garrett has a yoga instructor?
I am super flexible. If you guys want to challenge me,
I do. I want to challenge.
doing the splits competition, I let Israel
Oh.
go first
No,
because the challenger
I don't
always
have a
goes
yoga
first.
instructor.
But then my
Oh,
brother.
Judy's 4 pillows.
Four
Sorry,
pillows.
yeah.
Oh, well, which Judy?
Judy B.
Oh wow,
B.
nice.
Loves her pillows.
And, okay, so Megan, what are some of your comedic influences?
See, because I'm so new to improv, and I would say there's a lot of Netflix specials that I've enjoyed. I really enjoyed Tom Segura, Bert Kreischer, Nate Bargatze, Taylor Tomlinson. She's wonderful. I've definitely seen Seinfeld and appreciate that humor. The Office.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, that I would say off the top of my head.
Okay, that's
That's
pretty
good.
Israel, other than Carrot Top, who's yours? He's always talking about the guy's props.
Hey, Carrot Top's not that unfunny. I'm just saying.
I will say this. My favorite comedian's named Garrett Top. Garrett Top. Okay, that wasn't funny. Go ahead.
That's what we're dealing with here, folks. I don't know. I think I will. A lot of the current stuff I really like, as well as, I love the old Rodney Dangerfield. I mean, I got records here that are Rodney Dangerfield, and I love the old stuff. A good mix. I try to listen to a lot of different type of comedy. But Megan, any celebrities like you get mistaken for or look alike? Anybody say what? Because I've never heard. You guys told me at the No Limit Laugh show. Nate Bargatze.
Yeah, and she
I've
mentioned.
never heard before.
I checked.
Really?
Yeah.
And now I see.
Oh, yeah.
He's coming. I thought if we go together,
I
you're gonna
love
get
to see
stopped.
it. Yeah, he would.
Well, let's do it. We're doing it,
Yeah.
guys. Nate Bargatze. We'll get the cheap
We could
seats.
be like his
And yes, why don't we?
crew.
Let's go buy like the expensive seats, the VIP, so they think they're meeting him. We'll be
Oh,
like buying.
and I'll
we'll be
charge.
we'll be on the other. Oh yeah, you want to bring? We'll look at outfits he wears.
Yeah,
and
we'll
we'll get-
dress you and
All right.
style your hair.
Sure, all
No,
right.
your hair is actually already perfect. That's how much you look like him.
So, how about you?
Wait a minute. What's the question again?
Any celebrities you've been mistaken for or you look like?
Okay, so our good family friend, Mr. DiBiaso, has always thought I look like Diane Lane. And I don't know.
Okay.
So
And I think you told me that before, and I see it a little bit. Yeah, a little.
yeah, so I've gotten Diane Lane, and then another time Hillary Swank, who
I can
is-
see that. Sure.
yeah. She's
you know
brunette,
Hillary
so-
Swank?
Yeah, I do, but I totally disagree with that. Diane Lane, I can see. Hillary
Okay.
Swank,
Fair.
no.
Yeah, I have.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Nate Bargatze. Yeah, really. I got an artist eye, so I'm very like persnickety. Like
So
that.
who do you look like?
Okay, so I've gotten Sana Spenguli and Charles Manson. I was skinnier back then.
I could see the Charles Manson.
A secretary at work used to say I looked like Jerry Garcia, and I was like fit. And then like literally like within the year, I saw some footage of them like in the 80s or something. I always knew Jerry Garcia with like gray hair, and in the 80s he had darker hair, and I went, oh my God, she's right. Like, but now it was like, so maybe she saw something there. So Jerry Garcia from the 80s, I guess, or maybe late 70s. I don't know what her reference was, but the thing I get more these days is, and Ken Shahansky was the first guy to say this to me when we were at Tinley doing our, what's it called? Blind freeze, where you turn around and you just say freeze. Anytime I talked, he would say, you sound just like Bob Odenkirk.
Oh,
And so-
yeah, that's right.
And I know sometimes my voice will go into that
You do.
range, and sometimes, usually in the morning, I might sound like dead on. But yeah, so I'd say my vocals are more like Bob Odenkirk, Better Call Saul, right? And then it looks, of course, Charles Manson. No, not.
I like
Charles
Bob.
Manson.
That's a good one. The Bob.
Yeah, but I'd say Jerry Garcia, I guess. Oh well.
Okay, if you could win a lifetime supply of anything, what would it be?
Oh, it's so funny. The toilet paper is the first thing that popped into my head.
Oh,
I don't know why. I was just in a Christmas grab bag and I bought some. That's not what I want, though.
Wait, you bought the toilet paper for the grab bag?
It was like a $25 to $30 limit with consumable items only.
Oh yeah.
That's
Okay.
a fun.
That's actually
Fish.
pretty good because you can use it.
But I didn't just do toilet paper like a giant. I did like tissues, cleaning wipes, a bottle of Advil, like just kind of like and vitamin C. So really just like a
What are you
sick
doing, like
kit.
supermarket sweep?
Yeah.
What's going on?
But it was really practical. I
Yeah,
really
that's
like
practical.
that's what I like about those types of gifts
Yeah.
as opposed to white elephant.
That's a good idea.
No.
I agree.
But I would say if I could get a life supply of anything, dang, corn dogs. I don't know what. Toilet paper
Wow,
corn.
that's a
Weird.
great answer.
And that's
Yeah,
it.
Megan,
I'm gonna leave it because I don't know. My brain won't.
Lifetime.
That's awesome.
If you're eating corn dogs morning, noon, and night, Megan, you would be looking like
A corn dog. I didn't take a corn dog.
Plus, you would need toilet paper.
Well, I could have a million friends because I'll be giving out corn
Oh,
dogs.
that's true too. Okay,
I
that's.
could start a truck.
Corn dog queen,
It could-
known as.
I like a lifetime supply of money.
You know,
of cash.
What does our instant response to questions really say about us? You know,
That's true. Well, your instant response was really the
Corn dog.
toilet
the toilet
Oh,
paper.
Yeah.
It's just-
Well, it's
I don't
true.
know, buy toilet paper
Yeah.
forever, so I might as well get it for free. But,
I mean,
and
Very
then corn dog.
practical. Very practical.
because you'll hear
I'm a
about.
practical person. That's what it says about
I
me.
guess
Yeah, I
so.
guess so. Yeah, well, what do you think? Like free Wi-Fi? I don't know. I mean,
Oh.
I guess that would be. Who knows?
Uh,
what would you
Yeah,
want?
what would you do?
Chinese food. Rising
Oh, so
sun.
it's got to be a
Rising
food,
sun.
right?
No,
no.
lifetime supply of anything.
Anything.
With anything.
But if I could call up Rising Sun, I mean, I guess I can. But if I could call them up anytime, and it was, not going to kill me in a week and a half, that'd be my go-to.
I think it's not even just like Chinese food. It's very specific.
Mokina Rising Sun.
I like
Let's
that.
go.
I like
I've eaten
it.
there. It's good food. Good food.
How about yours?
Katie's in on you with the corn dogs, by the way. She
Ah,
said
yes, Katie.
Let's see, lifetime supply of something.
Rubber bands for his ponytail.
I was.
Pillows.
Oh my god.
Cats.
I already have a lifetime.
Cat
supply.
food.
Actually,
Kitty litter.
cat food wouldn't be bad.
Yeah. How often do you have to clean
Often.
cat litters?
Often, so much that like one of my secretaries at work had said, "I got something that will help," and she has a cat or two, and it does it itself, like it rotates. And she said, "Don't get the off brands. It's this one, and they're sold out."
Oh.
And then she told me about it, like I was walking with my wife in the woods in Mokina, and we were going on a trip.
Running from the cops.
And she walking, we weren't running. And so I get this buzz, and it was Lisa, and she said, "The thing's available now."
Get
and,
it, get
and,
it.
and so I was like, I literally hit the link. I was about to, and Mandy said, "No, I hear cats die in those." And so I'm like, oh, I'm done. And I'm like, no.
They don't die.
Yeah.
No, the cat would have been fine.
but I
I've
mean,
seen the commercial
You
for
know,
these.
I mean, like, I didn't want it to be something, but like, I've had that before where we're going to be in Manhattan, Kansas to see an Iowa State, Kansas State game.
Okay.
And two of my friends live down there. They're a married couple from Notre Dame and their daughter and stuff. And my friend Julie is like, no, you must stay with us. We got a guest from all this. And my wife was like, I'm not staying. I want a hotel. And then you got these two ladies, and I'm like, I can't win. I'm in. So we ended up not going. Right? No, we did go.
Actually, breaking news: Jamie just let us know that John Lennon's cat died. So on to the next question.
Very sad.
I think he meant tortoise because the cat died a long time ago. Do you know what John Lennon's cat's name was?
What?
Mimi. I have a cat named Mimi.
Oh.
All right, Megan, do you have any famous relatives?
Okay.
What do you do?
My didn't mean for that build up. My grandpa's brother was a pilot for the private jet of Bon Jovi.
Wow,
Not bad.
that's pretty cool.
So no. Well, no, but
That's close.
So he's not obviously the celebrity, but he,
Now say that again. What was the connection?
My grandpa's brother, Uncle Al,
Okay.
who got his pilot's license at Lewis University, right in Romeoville, was a private pilot for Bon Jovi.
Oh wow.
Very cool.
I just was like, what?
It's close. Yeah.
Pretty neat.
Anybody else? Anything else? Any other close?
My great grandfather on my mom's side, his name was Grandpa Usi or Joaquin, and he was a famous pianist in Spain. And there's like maybe a street named after him there that he was famous. So
That's pretty cool.
yeah,
Nice.
that was kind of neat.
Garrett, did you have a question?
No, I was gonna say my brother, Stanley Kubrick, did a movie.
Is your brother?
Yeah, here's why. This is the closest connection. Well, actually, there's another one, but like my brother Pat, who was a good-looking guy. When he was a good-looking kid too. He had the look. And so they had this world search for the boy in the movie The Shining with Jack Nicholson. Okay, and Stanley Kubrick was the director, and they had national auditions, and only 3 kids made the final audition for callbacks. And it's written in the newspaper. And my mom said, Pat's not nervous, but I make up for it and stuff. But he pulled him aside and said, do you want to be in movies, little boy? And Pat was always shy. He had the Patrick pout. And he said, no. And so out of those 3, they took none of them and then recast with some other kid. So I think he blew his shot. And he even said, like, maybe he would do it if he could do it again or something. And that was in a hotel downtown where he was interviewed and stuff the second time. But one of my mom's relatives, so one of my cousins, was like Miss Illinois. And so she was in the Miss America contest when it was in Atlantic City. The first year that was moved to Atlantic City instead of wherever, I think Vegas or wherever they used to have it. I can't, she was Miss Illinois that year, so whatever year that is. So, kind of.
Man, it's huge.
Yeah.
No, that's good. You never know. Like it's a
Small
interesting-
town heroes.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna do a couple through these, and then.
Well, what about you? Any relatives? That's
my mom's cousin's wife may still be, but was on MSNBC as a news reporter.
oh really?
Oh.
Contessa Brewer is her name. And there's other things like my mom's uncle was flew on the plane that transferred one of the atom bombs during World War II
What?
from the States overseas.
Why was she on the plane then?
He was.
Oh,
he was in the military.
Oh,
he was
yeah.
yeah.
I was like, yeah.
Um,
Kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Not like, oh yeah, we're gonna have a commercial flight
Right.
as well as we drop some payload.
How do
Yeah.
we get back? Don't worry about that part. No.
I want to ask a question for both of you guys. What is one thing that irrationally annoys you? And it may be even rational, because I always rationalize what annoys me. Eric Galise, he loves the kazoo. Just kidding. That annoys him. So he goes on a rant. So what do you kind of rant about? Is effectively.
I hate ice crunching, like chewing ice.
Oh, wow.
And then like now when the ice crunches at the snow, it just like grinds. And my mom is the worst. She doesn't do it anymore. She used to sit and just crunch and chew ice, and it would drive me nuts.
Oh, no way.
And I just couldn't, like, sometimes I just have to get up and leave the room. I'm like, I can't do it.
Can't do it.
They're like, what? Israel, the ice machine is broken. Oh, I don't know how that happened, Mom. Like, Megan, what annoys you?
I guess it's kind of practical though, like coasters and like people not using coasters. I'm really good about it when I go places or when someone's in my house. I have them. But yeah, I guess I'm a little bit.
Really? What do you do if we were at your house and that was on the table and you just came back from getting like
Does this
snacks?
bother you?
It does. I meant like so I would like kind of like if this were your glass and you had it here, I would like sit down, stare you straight in the eye and move it.
Are you kidding me?
And be like,
what the
where
hell?
and like bully you into it kind of because
Oh God, guys, I could just say from half a second of like intimate mad eye contact with Megan, I would definitely make sure I use the coaster. It's not worth it. Well, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, that's
What was your worst job?
Can I see what
you have
annoys
more?
me? Yeah,
Oh.
what annoys me. And here's why. I'm an engineer, so I'm a rule follower by nature to begin with, but there's reasons that they do stuff. And I took traffic engineering, like as some classes, but I'm not a traffic engineer. But this is just following the rules. At Jewel Osco, I think every podcast I mentioned Jewel Osco, but like they're trying to get the traffic out from the aisles, and so people act like it's a three-way stop. It's not. You allow the lanes to come and get out, so everybody else that goes in front of the Jewel has to stop. And you'll see people acting like it's a three-way. It's like, no, I got the right of way, buddy. You have a stop sign. I don't. Okay, so you can tell how annoyed I was.
Grr.
I give the eye contact Megan was giving. I'm like,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. But like, just, people are dumb. Audiences are dumb. People are dumb. A shout out to our audience, the smartest audience in podcast land.
Very interesting. Okay, what was your worst job you've ever had?
My worst job, I would have to say, I worked at Target. I was an executive team leader, and so it was a little more managerial. But I would just say being under the bright fluorescent lights was like, and on my feet all day long. I don't love that I sit so much now, but I don't know, just the fluorescent lights and on your feet all day long. You're aching at the end of the day. And then I wouldn't wish upon my worst enemy to work behind a service desk where people want returns or this or that. And like people are just so unkind and mean and it was like while I was learning, it was like I could barely learn. It's like kicking a man while they're down, and it just so I just think that I have a lot of respect for retail, and it's tough work. So that's probably my least favorite.
I would hear from friends that worked in retail, like somebody invariably would like go to the washroom on like in a changing room or something.
Oh, well, I have not experienced that, thankfully.
Okay, thank God.
But there were people who like just puked on the floor like a kid. I don't know. It's like, and it's just like, okay, we'll figure this out. It's fine. But yes. And then No.
Garrett's gonna have a list of some quick questions, but before we get to that, we wanted to know what are you most looking forward to this coming year?
In 26.
It doesn't have to be improv, it could be, but what are you most looking forward to this year?
I am taking a psychology class at the college, and I'm just excited to kind of put my thinking cap back on by way of continuing to be a student, which I have been a student of improv and now a student of the more traditional sense, working for a grade and such. And I'm just, really excited for that.
Nice. Any plans that would go further? Are you going to keep going to school or just interested in taking the class?
For now, just interested in taking the class because I looked at my transcripts over my time in higher ed, and I'm like, I have never taken a psychology course, but I have
I loved it.
innate sort of interest in it. Yeah, it's just like
Yeah.
really cool.
I was part of the experiments. I know that sounds weird. Shout out to my 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 psychology teacher at Notre
I'm sorry, you were
Dame.
going to say psychologist.
My therapist team.
Dr. Kelly, I think she's at Northwestern now, but she for extra credit, she would have like, you would go and you would be like in these experiments, and I was in 3 of them, and they screw with you because there'll be all these Confederates. They would do something where they're asking you questions, and they have like 2 of the people are plants, and one is positive and one is negative, and they want to see like, would the negative guy affect your own beliefs and stuff. And then there was this guy, Dr. Webb, and he's like, afterwards, like disseminating, like, we just want to make sure, post experiment you're okay, and blah. And I'm like, okay, dude. But it was kind of, I liked that, like why we do what we do, right? Like why, what makes us behave, why we do. And the one thing is, it was really interesting read. They always talk about nature versus nurture, genetics versus environment, and I felt like it was. I learned a lot, and it was a fun course.
Yeah, and also one more thing on that psychology in relation to comedy and humor is when you can understand why people kind of function the way they do, behave the way they do, you can dance around that with the funniness, and you can say what you're not supposed to say. And that's what gets a laugh, and I think that's really neat. And so I'm looking forward to kind of like adding to my repertoire of understanding of humans and making them laugh more.
I agree. I 100% agree. Yeah.
No, exciting. Good.
And shout out! I also see Dr. Kelly playing pool, wearing her leather jacket at the huddle complex at Notre Dame, like after on weekends, and she'd be like, "Oh, there's Garrett." She's like, "Hi, Garrett," and she's like, "Oh, he's like one of my good students. He sits up front." Like she's on a date with her boyfriend.
What are you talking about?
Oh,
my professor of psychology.
Nice.
She would always hang out on campus. She was pretty young back then.
Nice.
So she was pretty cool. It was a great class.
See, I'm also a front row seater, and so I probably will be.
Yeah, front row or back row, Israel.
Yeah, front or back.
Gosh, more
Middle.
mid. I'd go more mid. But if I was gonna go one or the other, I'd probably be front row because then I could see better.
Mandy is back row.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah.
So I gotta be able to see and.
I like raising my hand. I like
too.
that. Know the professor. Professor knows me.
Yeah,
it's the same advice I give students. Not sit in the front row, but just get to know your professor.
Right, yeah. Right.
So one more. I have one more before Garrett. I'll let you loose. If you were from Homer Glen, you said, right? So if you were to take somebody around your hometown, where's the first place you would take them?
Oh my goodness. It's hilarious. The first thing that comes to your head. I'm like, what does this say about me?
What is it?
Chencho's is a Mexican restaurant off 143rd and Bell.
They have
And
great
it's-
Mexican
And
corn
they got
dogs.
great, no. But it's good. So Chencho's, Blueberry Hill, like all the restaurants. I guess they're places I like to eat.
Is Homer Glen known for like there like a
Nothing.
downtown or any?
Recently, a handful of years ago, we got Heritage Park next to like off 151st, and it was an old golf course, and they changed it into a really nice area that's community based now, and they've got a sledding hill and a disc golf, and it's right next to the library with they'll do farmers markets, and so that's a little bit of it, but for the most part, it's not. Yeah, I would just take people for the food. Messenger Woods, that's not Homer Glen, that's Lockport. Yeah, but I spend plenty of time in Lockport. I think of it as equally amount of home.
So how about Lockport? Would there be a place in Lockport?
Yeah, Delwood for sure, Delwood Park. There's disc golfing there. Just really beautiful, like walking. There's a lot of new restaurants in downtown Lockport, but more a brewery. There's a nice microbrewery called Nick and Ivy that I highly recommend, and Crema Coffee, which is my coffee shop. So
Nick and Ivy's is nice. I've been there, but Public Landing
Yeah,
downtown Lockport.
also really nice.
Awesome. And then
Oh, and the Cool Creations.
yeah,
Cool
yeah.
Creations.
I actually, it's an old Baptist church, I think.
Yeah.
It was an old church, and they sell ice cream out of it now. And so Megan met up with me, my wife, and my mother-in-law after one of our outings out there and stuff, and it's really fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
How about you, Gary? If you're going to show anybody around Tinley Park, where would you take them?
All right. And so, like when you said first at hometown, I was born in Orland Park, which is right adjacent. But things have changed in Orland in terms of like, there's nothing I would want to really go to per se. Like, like when I was a kid, the mall was cool, but I haven't gone into the Orland Square Mall in like forever. But Tinley Park, I would say, as much as I'd like to say Harmony Square, because I love Harmony Square, I'm the chair of the Planning Commission. I love Harmony Square. What it brings community-wise, you just want to make sure that if they're coming, it'd have to be during an event or something. I think that would be like experiencing that in full bloom. So I would say them, but my only caveat is it depends. Like you want to take them out there when they have the Bodines there or some other band, or they have ice skating right now. Come on out, and then curling. We're gonna do curling. It's open till February 15th, so a day after. Valentine's Day, get your sweetheart, go on and curl.
We're going curling, honey.
Shoot a few curl. So I would say Harmony Square, I think it's a crown jewel of the new era of Tinley Park.
Yeah. Great.
What about you?
So I was born in a small town in Wisconsin, and so that if I were to say there, it would be there's the Old Town Pool, which they've since filled in. But there's a structure out there that was the showers and that you go through, and it was built back during the Depression era with the public works, the groups. They put everybody to work, and so that's still there. But as a kid, I'd spent all summer at the pool, and it was like Phil Collins always makes me think of that place, and and then in Mokina, which I consider my hometown now. Downtown.
I was gonna say, yeah, you are synonymous.
Downtown Mokina, Front Street by that area is like the place to see, I think. So
we like Hickory Creek. We like from Mokina. We like also Chef Klaus, Country Cooking.
Yeah.
That's a really yummy. If you like yummy food, come out over there. But
White Castle's pretty good too.
Yeah, there's always we always get that guy who's like new to work. He's like, "Is there any like good places to eat out here?" I'm like, "Oh yeah, we have a place called Burger King."
The king of all the burgers.
I want before I get to the quick hit questions, I have a question for you. What's your improv highlight of the year? 2025 is winding down.
That's a wonderful question. I would say getting to play with so many new people and learning how to, this is a skill that I'm developing and hoping to hone more into 2026. How to complement your partners in a scene. And so knowing them really well and what they have to offer, what their strengths are, what their weaknesses are, and then what yours are inverse, and how those go together, kind of fitting together like a puzzle. And so I would like to be more aware of that with everybody I'm on stage with. Right. And so that's a little bit of interesting work because you can only learn so much in practice.
Right.
And that's where that outside of practice, do you want to grab a drink? Would you like to grab coffee?
Yeah.
You're walking out together to the parking lot. It's like kind of getting to know people on another sort of level, I think really helps. Not that you need to know everybody's deep dark secrets, nor do I want everybody to know mine. But I would say, that's sort of what is the highlight of this.
She killed a man just for snoring.
It's a coaster. Yeah. But I would say, just complimenting my teammates better and vice versa and giving them feedback, offering feedback to say, not this is how you work with me, but it's hey, here's how I think we could work best together.
Right.
And just being a real strong teammate. So
I
don't know if that was
no, that's true though. The more you do with the same people, you get to know their tendencies, and they get to know yours, and so you hone that skill working together. And this is, I'm going to piggyback because it's on this sheet too. Is what are you looking most forward to in 2026 with regards to improv. And I'm going to turn my chair a little bit so I don't
Sure
have to
thing.
turn my neck.
With regards to improv, I am looking forward to, I think, not. So it's like managing before and after show. I think there's like pre-show jitters, and then there's even post-show jitters where you're like, just your head's going about everything, what you could have done, what you should have done. And then, I don't know, I just would like to be a little bit more solid and confident. It was interesting to hear Jamie's comment earlier that, oh, she's so confident on stage. And I'm like, oh, no, it's like it's an act, or it feels like an act at times. So I would like to try to feel more confident in my abilities. And also, if and when I mess up, and usually it's the when, just taking it in stride and not like feeling defeated the rest of the scene, and like kind of going into a little turtle shell. That's it. Anyway. But like, yeah, just like being like, yeah, I fucked up, or oh shit, sorry. But like,
we're gonna get banned on YouTube. No.
But it's like, oh no, like, oh yeah, just like taking it in stride and keep moving. So just being more, durable.
You do have to be like Taylor Swift and just shake it off. And the reason being is,
I thought you meant wear tight dresses. Hello.
Sparkles.
2026.
Yeah, maybe I go on stage and.
Okay, maybe we do have to shut this off. No, but you know what's funny is I've seen, and Mandy calls that like she would see this with performers at Sandberg when she was at high school and working on shows and stuff. And she was back doing tech, but she said it's like post-performance anxiety. I should have done this. I could have done this. But the thing is, improv, you're doing it in the moment, so you make the best decisions for that time. So don't let the voice of doubt. I've seen some of the best improvisers. One of my favorite improvisers is Sean Conroy. He's like my family's favorite too. Anytime they see him, he makes scenes better, whether he's a side character or a focal character. That's like a huge talent, because he makes the scene better just by being in it, no matter what he does. But I remember we did a show at No Limit Laughs one time, and I thought he was like really good. He's like, I didn't have that good show. I said, Sean, you killed it. And but the thing is, Sean has a high level of like expectations for himself, and so if he had, his B+ game is better than most people's A+ game. Hell, his C game's probably better than most people's A+ game. So, so sometimes the hardest critic we hear is ourselves. So try to shake that off and look at it like one play at a time, right? So that line was a play, not the whole scene.
Garrett, why don't you what are you most looking forward to in 2026, improv-wise?
It's funny is just more focused growth. So we've had a lot of growth this past year, all good. And now we have a lot of good, capable improv performers, and we have some new ones in the pipeline that are just chomping at the bit for more classes. And I'm going to have some more classes coming in the new year. But there's going to be other opportunities in the state and outside the state. And so it's getting those focused. And it was good, like seeing you guys at the Bar Prov. And I was just talking to Mandy about another opportunity. And it's taking I got a van. Can you get in the van? That sounded weird, but we can get in the van, travel, whether it's 5 or 6 of us.
As long as it's marked, we've got to get main stage improv on the side. An unmarked van, I can't get in.
Okay. Well, I don't want to the cops go, wow, we don't know what the license plate was. Main stage improv. Yeah, that's the guy. I recognize that ponytail. No, I'm not speeding to any gig, but I do have to get something like Adam has, where you throw it against your car.
There you go.
Does the Santa, but so for focus growth. What about you?
What am I looking forward to this year? I think, I mean, as far as improv goes, I think, like you said, I mean, doing more of this, getting to know, I think this is a good way to get to know more improvisers too. And, kind of growing off of what's been going on, They're pretty much consistently once a month shows now. And, I think with getting Adam doing this January show is going to be really fun.
Yeah.
just it seems like there's just more opportunities. There's such a good stable of improvisers now that I think there's a lot of good opportunities for us.
Yeah, I want to have those opportunities so people aren't stagnant. So, and I'm pretty good about seeing other shows, other groups, and telling people, hey, go flex your muscles and stuff. And
Yeah.
there's always a place for you here, and hopefully, when I open the door and the cat leaves, like Butters the cat here, they come back because they want to be back for more. And so that's a
That
trust
was a
thing.
cat analogy because Butters always comes back after he goes out and kills.
So you guys can do your killing and then
And then come back home.
Kill my-
I like
kill
it,
my
Garrett. Good
performances.
analogy.
he's got mice blood on his face. And he's like licking his chops.
I'll
like,
come back with
All right,
scars.
Garrett, you have got about 3.5 minutes to do your bullet questions.
Okay, well, put
questions.
3.5 minutes on the clock. So
Oh my gosh.
this is going to be.
Oh, is this going to incriminate me?
This is a new segment called One Word Rumble, and if you don't I'll put a timer. Whatever time we do have left.
I'll watch the time. I'll tell you when.
Okay, because you're gonna have whatever time's left. He can ask some follow-up questions. Are you ready?
Just you and me?
Yeah,
Or?
one word rumble. So you just answer with one word, like
One
yes,
word.
no, or
Okay.
Ready? Okay, Megan. There's 13 questions. One word rumble. Favorite ice cream flavor?
Chocolate mousse trucks.
Cats or dogs?
Dogs.
Do you believe in aliens?
Yes.
Boxers or briefs?
Briefs.
One word to describe main stage improv.
Wonderful.
Free food or free parking?
Free food.
Corn dogs.
One superpower you'd like to have.
Oh, shape shifting. Shape shifting.
One word you use to describe your sense of humor.
Cute.
One word others use to describe your sense of humor.
Cute.
Last music artist you listen to, that can be more than one word.
Nora Jones.
Are you afraid of ghosts?
No.
One word to describe 2025.
Dope.
One word, last question, you want to describe to one word that you want to describe your 2026.
Damn.
Okay, time's up.
Okay,
any
my
follow-up
follow-up
questions?
questions are first, let's talk about aliens.
Okay.
Let's.
What do you think? What do you think is the most realistic, the most real thing that could be the reality of aliens?
I just like children.
What?
Children.
Kids are aliens. I get it now.
Kids
That makes
are
sense.
aliens. I don't know. I think.
Okay. Let me give you an option. All right. Some people say they live beneath the ocean. Some people say we've been like seeded, and then they leave and they go back to their place and they come and check in on us every once in a while and give us. Are there any broad picture, Garrett? Don't get too deep here. Any broad theories that we should have her consider?
There's 5 alien types, and not all of them are friendly. Some are hostile. The friendly ones are called the Grays, and no coincidence, my last name's Gray. I'm friendly, but my wife.
Wait. We gotta guess. She's answered the Witcher theory. So what's the?
So I think they are. I do think.
Okay,
I think they're here.
I just think they're here. Also, I don't think. No, I think the universe is large enough that they're out there.
Right.
Okay.
But are they here chilling? No.
Yeah.
Because they probably just don't like us very
You don't
much.
think they like us?
No, humans? No, we stink. I think.
Why wouldn't they just destroy us if they don't like us?
Because they can go fly out to outer space and hang out.
Do you think all this technology?
It's just going to be a planet when we get. It's going to be a problem when we get to Mars. And I would like to go to Mars.
This is a podcast for another time. Somebody's
Interesting.
waiting.
No, I like
in.
it.
What are they saying?
I like the conversation.
Yeah, we're gonna
Very
come back
good.
to aliens.
Next one is shape shifting. Why would you choose
Yeah.
shape shifting, and what would
Shape-shifting.
you want to shift into?
Well, I think of Mystique from
Oh,
X-Men.
yeah.
And I just think it's really cool to other people. So, like, if I could be Garrett right now and you thought you were talking to him this whole podcast,
Yeah.
but I
kept saying I want to stab you with a knife and eat a corn dog.
Wait, you're Megan.
yeah. But no, you can play a lot of like pranks, and I think I would use it
Israel,
more.
we have something to tell you. Ready?
I think I would use it more for pranks than I would for like vengeance. So it would
I
be
think that was
fun.
the extreme. Pranks or
But there
vengeance.
may be vengeance.
But there's the capacity for vengeance.
Okay, and the last one is Nora Jones. What do you have a favorite Nora Jones album, current or old stuff?
Old stuff. And I'm going to space on her album, but I can describe the picture of it. It's so Don't Know Why is on it.
Oh, yeah.
And it's her face with the blue-gray background.
Yeah. They're like one of the first ones, right? Yeah.
She's just so wonderful. I love listening to her in the morning when I'm making breakfast. And she's also very chill and such. So
Yeah, big Nora Jones fan. Very nice. All right. Garrett, you went through your questions, right?
I was gonna say, you know what? I was curious about this briefs with a question mark. Briefs.
I'm a girl.
I know.
All right, how about this? What would you rather
So,
see on
I
a
think
guy?
I
What would you rather see
I
on
don't
a guy, briefs or boxers?
I guess the briefs.
Oh, you gotta include boxer briefs.
Box.
Right?
See, that's the those are the I think
Those
the
are-
combo.
Yeah, that's the combo. That's all they sell. And I had to buy
Yeah.
new stuff in Ireland, and that's all they had because they lost our luggage. Was the boxer briefs.
Well, do
Way
you
to
like
go.
them? Yeah.
I do like them.
All right.
I do
fair.
like them. But I do want to say this, like, my wife, I remember, like, if you wore tighty whities, she'd be like, "Don't wear tighty whities." It's like a
Weirded out by.
it's like an adult wearing a diaper.
Yeah,
Right,
that's
no,
fair.
if you're like over 16, you're not allowed to wear tighty whities
Right.
anymore.
Okay. Can I do one more thing? I'm curious. So I have friends. This is a New Year's Eve episode, and we didn't really talk about the New Year. But I had some friends that said we don't do resolutions. I and my family come up with one word that defines the year, and that's how we weigh what choices we make. In fact, one of my improv classmates or students, Martha, said the reason she joined it was because of her word. She said, "If I do this, does this embolden this?" And she said it does, and it was something like, I don't know, risk taking or something. I don't know, but she did something, and it guided her actions. So, do you guys have a word for 2026 to kind of, or do you have resolutions instead? Because if I don't want to put you on the spot, if you don't have a word,
I haven't come up with a word, but I think overall for next year, I'm thinking of growth and change.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. I quickly said, "Damn."
Yeah, I know.
I don't know, but I said it with the emphasis on
Like,
damn.
Are you talking about the Hoover Dam? And stuff like it?
No, it's kind of like
she's into
it was supposed to be a
hydraulics.
nice, energetic, like it
Yeah,
was a good.
damn.
It was a
Yeah.
damn.
Yeah.
Like a good year. But I guess if
What was dope about this year? Were you selling drugs on the street? She was drug running.
I made a lot of money off some drugs. No, it was just dope because I've met a lot of great people, and the end of this year has been really good to me, and it's just got me excited for next year. And so, yeah, I would say growth. I'd still growth. And then I would also say, though, like abundance, like there's enough to go around, or, enough like money and love and stuff. And I don't know. It's just all like we live in an abundant time, or it's good to feel that way.
Well, that's good. Yeah. I think those are good words. Mine would be balance, right?
Yeah,
Like,
that's a
and
good
part
one.
of it is like because I run around so much, but I just want to balance health, and not work-life balance, but just more like health, family, friends, business stuff. So that's a lot of things to juggle, but that's a kind of a continuing saga. And I want to say this though, in conclusion though, like Megan, like you mentioned about sometimes you think you made a wrong choice here or there. Don't try to silence any performer. Silence that voice in your head, unless like the audience is throwing tomatoes at you. But
In which case, it's still a response.
it's still a response. You're right.
no bad.
But I remember this about Megan too, especially early on in fundamentals, and that was a year and a half ago. She'd come very quiet. She's not quiet here, right? She'd be very quiet and like very reserved, and then she'd go on stage, and it'd be like she was unbound, unleashed. Even down when we're taking group photos, she's like posing like a cover girl, like she's throwing her head back, doing all these crazy poses, and then we'd be done. She'd zip up her coat, be demure, and then walk out. And I was like, there is something transformative about improv, but it's transformative in that it's already in you. It's already in you. So it's just being comfortable expressing yourself and being you, whether you're on stage, whether you're not. And so I'm glad to see how you've grown in such a short amount of time. I love seeing you on stage. You're a hilarious person, and you crack me up all the time, and you kick butt at that bar prov. So you are a welcome addition and main stage, I guess. So
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
Well, Garrett, let's talk. Wrap it up a little bit. Talk about the January 31st show coming up.
Okay, yeah, thanks. We have a January 31st show. It's our New Year's show, which is on the very last day of January. And it's called This New Year's We Dropped the Ball. And it's directed by Mainstage Improv. For lack of a better term, he's been effectively the de facto assistant director for a lot of shows this past year, Adam Woodworth, and he's going to be the actual director for this show. So he's responsible for the games that are ultimately chosen in the show. He's been sending me stuff back and forth with me and the cast. It looks like it's going to be an awesome show. It's primarily improv. There might be a surprise here or there, but it's going to be primarily the fun improv games. And I'd like to say that you've seen, but there's a lot of new wrinkles and stuff, and I'm very excited for it. So it's going to be fun.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
And Megan, anything going on with No Limit?
Yeah, we resume in January, our first show. I'm spacing
I
on
think
the
it's the
date.
21st.
The 21st.
I think it's a Friday. I want to say the 21st or the 24th, but
Yeah, I'll have to look. Typically third Friday of the month.
Okay.
Happy to share those details.
Yeah, and I
think
think
it's
to
the
talk about
24th.
it, but just talk briefly about what that experience has been like with No Limit Laughs.
Absolutely. So I found out they had auditions and decided to go for it and was very pleasantly surprised to be chosen and have been able to work with a whole new group of people who have been working together for a really long time and have also been doing independently improv for many years, 5, 10, 15 plus years. And that's just really awesome. So I try my best to be a fly on the wall. But I also still bring myself and energy to the table. So I think that's been really cool to get to mesh with everybody and learn a new way to approach improv. And
How many shows have you done with them so far?
Well, that's a good question. 4 or 5?
Wow.
3, I think. I could be
Only 3 maybe? Oh, it feels like, I don't know, I guess it just feels like longer, which is probably a good thing.
Nice.
And I've missed performing through the month of December.
Right.
We had our one show
Yeah.
for Irish Patriot, and then other than that, it's been just going to other people's shows, which is also wonderful though too. So, but I definitely feel like, I need to get back in there. So I'm really excited to get back to No Limit and back with Main Stage.
Yeah.
I'll be in the January 31st show.
Awesome.
So yeah.
Yeah.
So I think your show must be. Well, no, it's the 25th. Well, either way. Well.
Yeah. Well, good. I'm excited about this year too. I think it's going to be a fun year for Main Stage, and excited to see where we are with this. A great job, Garrett, pushing, getting subscribers on our YouTube, and good to see some people chiming in. I wanted to say, Katie had made one comment. She said Brendan and her got stopped by someone in Pete's Market, and they were like, "Oh, you guys were on an improv show that I saw."
No
So that was pretty
way!
cool.
And Brent
That
and
is
Katie are
amazing.
awesome on stage.
That is so cool.
And awesome in real life, too. So.
Gil said, "Audiences are dumb. Come out to see our show next January 31st." Let's see. Jamie, thanks for all the comments. I can't get through them all. But...
Cute.
Somebody
you,
actually
Katie.
posted that when we were talking about collections, they wrote on here that they collect Main Stage Improv mugs. Maybe you could become a collector of the limited edition mugs.
Gil said the 16th is the show. The No Limit show.
Oh, that's soon.
Wonderful.
All right. Well, thank you guys. Megan, thank you. This one
Yes,
is for
thank
sure
you.
recorded and staying.
Okay, it's not going anywhere. I
Not the
really
lost
appreciate you
episode.
guys.
All right. We'll see you next time.
Okay.
Bye.
Take care, guys. Happy New Year. See you in 2026.